Hey, it's nice having everybody here. We're going to do a live this afternoon, at least for an hour. Um, this shirt is kind of weird looking, I know, but it's all cool. The kids were bothering me this morning in the rain. They were loving it. The Filipino kids love the rain. I love the rain. I don't mind going out in it. It doesn't bother me. We have things to celebrate today. So when people get in here, we'll talk about that. We have two different milestones that have happened today, and it's moving up from there. Who knows? We can go for even a little bit more today as it is. We're going to kind of go over some of the struggles that we've had the last 5 days, and the channel just keeps on growing without it. So it's all good. God's in it because it wouldn't be in it if I'm not working the channel and it doesn't go anywhere. Then it would be different. And yes, I definitely look like a grandpa today. Have not shaved. But hopefully some of my regulars can get in. But also, I love all the new people. I've had so many new subs lately, and I'm really trying to keep track of them all. And I got some from China now. So we're now getting China viewers. So praise God. I don't know a thing of Mandarin right now. So I definitely am going to have to get some tips on some words in Mandarin, I guess. I barely know Messiah, let alone worrying about Mandarin right now. But that's awesome. Thankfully, they know some English. But yep, we're just kind of hanging out, seeing where people are when they come coming in. We're not going to have USA much because it is, even in Missouri right now, it is probably almost 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, we're not going to catch too much of that. This morning I didn't have power, so I wasn't able to be on. But we did have power about 2 hours ago, so I charged up my phone some so we could do a nice live, and we'll be fine. The lives don't seem to take much battery from my phone, so that's a beautiful thing. It's a rainy day, but it's calming down right now. The rain is just very light right now. We have a tropical storm going through, so we needed the rain. We haven't had rain, and really we have not had a rain like this in over a month. It's been over a month since we've had rain this heavy, maybe even 6 weeks. Hey, welcome on in. Somebody has popped in. We have things to celebrate today because we have big visions for this channel. And whether my wife believes in it or not doesn't matter to me. All I know is God does. I believe in it. And we're going to do great things with this channel. And when the money does start coming in the future, they'll be going, hey, what's going on? Yep, welcome everybody. Come on in. We're going to talk about some of the challenges we've had the last 5 days, and we're going to talk about some of the great things that are happening too. And the Filipino kids are having fun out in the rain, so you'll hear them once in a while going by. It's a rainy day today. We have gone past 200 subs. We're at 203 right now, and it's only been, tomorrow will be 5 weeks. So we're doing fantastic. Love seeing everybody in here. Sorry about the pink shirt. I didn't know it would show up so pink on the camera. So it's going to be blinding you, but it'll keep you awake. And also, we've gone past 30,000 views. 30,000 views already in 5 weeks. So we are doing fantastic, and we're pushing forward. At the rate I'm gaming subs today, I'll probably be past 210 or 215 today. Seems like people are subbing all over the place. So we got big vision for this channel. We're going to be helping others. Hey, who we got coming in first on there? Hey there, Nazru. Lovely. Great to have you. Thank you for everybody's coming in. Like and subscribe. We're going to be talking about, I've had Wi-Fi issues, power issues, and my channel keeps growing. So even when I can't grow it, it's fantastic. Thank you for liking, like and subscribe. Yep, we're getting people from all over. I've had people from China and different things. Yes, the shirt is an old shirt, but it's very pink. This has memory to it. I will talk about Ashley in a little while. She passed away from cancer back in 2011. And she's the one, I encouraged her and it didn't work out. God had another plan for her, but it started me helping other people and started me on the path of not being so selfish and thinking about other people. Yes, just welcome in here. This is a positive channel. We're gonna be doing things to help others. Quite a bit of the money that goes in the future for this. If we keep growing the way we're growing, we're gonna monetize, at least partially monetize, probably in April. I mean, things are just flying right now. So we're gonna keep it going. But right now it's building it. And I got a couple personal stories with the kids. The kids have discovered my house. So they discovered it back last Saturday, and now whenever it's not raining, or even when it is raining, they come over and they want me to answer questions and tell them about God and different things. So it's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And where are you from? Let me see. I'll try to, Angel, I'll try to subscribe to you later. Yes, this is going to be a positive channel. I actually got lucky today. I went out for a walk at about, I'd say just before 8 o'clock. And I met up with some kids and then went over to the ocean. And it takes me a little while to get to the ocean, and it wasn't raining yet. So I was able to get a couple ocean videos and I posted them. And then as soon as I got home, it was pouring rain because we have a tropical storm moving through. No wind really, just a lot of rain. And the kids love it because they just walk in the rain, the adults too. That's okay. Oh, that's fine. I won't subscribe then. That's fine. Thank you for telling me. Arizona. Well, yes, the West Coast would not be that late. It's not that bad there. Probably on the West Coast, it's probably like 10 o'clock or maybe even earlier. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much, though, for coming into our channel. We got new people in here today. I love it. Every day I have. And my record for likes is 17. But that doesn't matter so much. I really rather the subscribing, and I want people to know that this channel is going to be used for good. I've already started making plans. Somebody said, why are you making plans when you don't even have the money yet? Well, because I want to make the plan so God can use it. See, God will push the channel more if I have plans in place to do something for kids. And also I have a children's house. There's a children's house that's up in Iligan, on the edge of Iligan City. I got to find out if that's an orphanage or if they're helping disadvantaged kids or what they're doing, because I want to attach to that. I may be giving a small percentage of what I make in here to that if it's good. I got to go check it out. I'm also going to do feeding programs through our Assembly of God Church here in De La Puga. They're only feeding kids maybe once every 2 months. I want to get it to a point where we're doing twice or 3 times a month. And that way we can feed 400, 600 kids a month. And also I want to add a little something to it so that people can maybe get on their feet so that they don't have to have the feeding stuff as much. We maybe have a Christian counselor or something to maybe pray for them, a Christian, a pastor or something, where we can pray for them and, you know, maybe get their life straightened out a little bit so things get even better for them, so they have more blessing. I also, in Africa, I liked doing soda and candy. Now, we're not going to do the soda part, but I am going to get some hard candy or something that the kids can have to suck on. After they've had their meal, they can have something sweet to suck on. So maybe we'll do lollipop, or we'll do whatever we can get that's at a discount price. We will definitely do that. Yes, Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I could try favorite kind of candy. If you have a favorite kind of candy, put it in the comments. I am going to start doing polls in the future. I've not done it yet. AI is trying to push me to do favorite candy today. So now, if you do have a favorite candy, you're welcome to put it in there. Mine, believe it or not, when I was in America, is Three Musketeers. So, um, oh, I think Gen Zers are fine. Um, I love all the generations, okay? We all had a different road, okay? I was very blessed because my dad was in golf course when I was a baby. He was doing golf courses and building them. And so when I got a teenager, I was able, even though I worked other jobs, I worked on the golf course and got to work with my dad a lot for 27 of the 47 years I worked. So, I really was blessed to have work that I really enjoy. I know that a lot of people my age criticize other generations. I don't. Everybody has a different road. A lot of people younger than Gen Z have to put up with AI. And I suppose that's affecting Gen Z too. But it's probably affecting some of the younger boomers, but there ain't too many more younger than me. Maybe about 60 years old is the youngest boomers there are, because my brother Kevin is 62. I'm 64. I'm retired. Just be who you can be. Thank you so much. By the way, I want to see who you are. True Hero. I love the name. Fantastic. I love it. Really nice name. We're going to use this channel for good. I'm glad for the people that are popping in and trying it out, something new. We've gotten through these last 5 days between power out on Saturday and Thursday and the Wi-Fi not working good on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but it seems to be working better now. And so we kind of work through it. I would, first thing I'd do, keep a positive attitude. I know it sounds so simple, but it's not. In the United States, it's not simple. If you're in the United States, things are getting kind of crazy there these days. It depends where you live, though. Some places are more peaceful than others. But if one thing I would do is get friendships. You need to get a network. It makes work so much easier when you're going to work. You can get into jobs much easier now if you know somebody that works at that place. That works way better for you. Hey there, anywhere. Yeah, Precious, thank goodness you came in. Yes, I'm trying to give some advice to True Hero. Get a network, find some people. I'm doing really good. I'm trying to give a little advice here. But if you want to get your journey, try to do something you like. But if you yes, it's still raining here. Lightly though, it's calmed down. So I decided to do a live. Before it was raining so hard, I don't know if they could have heard me over it. It was raining so hard. But yes, True Hero, you can connect to me. Right now, I'd say the best advice, get a network of a few people. And even if it's work you don't like, if it's somebody you know there, they can get you into an interview and you can get right in. Of course, if you want to start a business, there's always a way to do that. I did a small business when I was older, raising money for Africa, but it's not always easy being young trying to start a business. So that's totally up to you. Hey, how we doing? Hey, yes, nice to see you. Yeah, it's raining. I know you couldn't come around today. Yeah, it's a friend up the street from me. I'm glad you were able to pop on. And yes, you're welcome, True Hero. And we can get you more advice too. I do lives at least once a day, if not twice a day. So if you can pop in and update me and tell me if there's a few things that we can move around, just try. The YouTube is going to tell you that there's no there. That's ridiculous. But it depends on what age you are. If you're in your, not advise fast food unless you have to. You can use it as a stepping stone, but don't use it as something to stay there very long. Maybe use it for something for your resume and then move on. unless you're going to be manager. Thank you so much. And, if it was going to be fast food, I would stay away from most of it, except for maybe I've actually have a friend that's a manager of a McDonald's in Springfield, Missouri, and he's doing really well because now he's managing 2 of them. So, so maybe something like that. McDonald's still has some good things. Just don't eat much of the food. Even though I do like Burger King Whoppers, but they don't have them here in Philippines, so that'll keep me losing weight. I've been losing weight here. I love giving advice, just like I did to True Hero, and I'm on live right now, but I'll catch you in a little while, okay? I promise. Okay, I just had to tell a kid that I'll be back later. He came up to the window. They found out where my house is. Oh, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with McDonald's. It's just that if you eat too much of the food, it's going to come back to get you. Not when you're young. It'll get you later on. Yeah, that's fine. As a student, that's what it's supposed to be. Fast food is in America. Fast food is supposed to be that way. Yes, you just use it for a small amount. Unless you're going to be manager, you can make a career out of McDonald's. If you go from manager to something else, like a district deal, that could turn into real money. But otherwise, if you're just a regular worker, it's best to do as a student or early, late teens. It really works better that way. I didn't want to work at McDonald's, not because of, it was just because it was less likely. It wasn't that much around when I was young. We didn't even have a McDonald's until I was a young teenager. In the area I lived in Michigan. So we didn't eat out a lot. The only time we would eat out would be at A&W root beer stand, which they don't even barely exist anymore, but they did. The 60s and 70s, they were popular. Hey, welcome on in. It's lovely to have Africa in the house, and it's lovely to have, Ethan in here, which is great. And Ethan is friend of mine up the street, and of course they've all discovered where my house is, so they know how to get here now, and so I can speak into the kids' lives, and that's a good thing. By the way, I did get some ocean video on there, but I'm also going to do a video probably out on the front porch if it stops raining, or maybe out on the edge of the street here. I'm going to do another video talking about a topic later on. Yeah, you live in Washington. I'm in Philippines right now. I'm going to be Philippines full time, but I'm originally from Michigan, USA, which is really cold right now. I don't know how cold it is in Washington. If you're close to the ocean, you might be foggy and cool. And I suppose up in the mountains they're getting snow maybe. I don't know how bad it's been in Washington. I know that in Michigan it's really cold right now. It might be warming up a little, but it's still really cold. I'm sure they're not going to warm up much until late March at the earliest. But yeah, but yes, I love giving some advice to different people as they're coming in because, it's always hard. I am 64. I'm retired. I retired about 2 years, just 2 years ago, and I worked 47 years full time. I'm married to a Filipino, so yeah. Oh, it's in the 20s. Okay, well, it's cold then. That's pretty cold for Washington State. Yep, so it's been cold everywhere around the. I don't speak Tagalog. I know a few words here and there. I know some Visaya, a few words in there. I know their body language, so when they're talking, I kind of know what they're talking about. I need to learn more, and I will. I'm going to have some of the old kids start teaching me, and I'll start writing things down and flashcarding and things like that. So, yes, but right now I pretty much stick with English. YouTube kind of likes it to be English anyway. Not that they get mad with other languages, but we can keep it English in here. But if you want to mix some other words in, tell me what they mean. It's not a big deal. What's your thoughts on ice? With me, if If the person has been in the United States for a long time and they're not breaking any laws, I have no problem with them staying in the United States. I have a problem with gang members and former prisoners that committed murder and everything else. Them people need to get out of the United States. So that's kind of the way I think about it. And I wish that protesters would just protest. If you're going to riot, riot is a different word. Look it up in the dictionary. Riot is doing damage to things and hurting people. Protesting is in the Constitution, but rioting is not. So if you're going to riot, they have a right to kill you. I'm sorry, it's the way it is, because law enforcement is trained to shoot to kill first, ask questions later. So if you're protesting, they're not going to shoot you. At least I would hope not. But I have a problem with people who are trying to run ICE agents over with a car, and then they wonder why they got shot. You can't fix stupidity, okay? That's just my thought. We'll leave it at that. But if they're criminals, they need to get out of the United States. But if they're not, I don't think they should be deported. But otherwise, great. I'm glad that you're Filipino. Thank God. I love the Filipino people. I had a question about the United States. We're having a lot of issues with illegal immigration stuff there. I didn't have too much of that in Springfield, Missouri. In Michigan, I don't know what it's like. I think it's fairly calm where my dad is, but I'd have to ask him. Yeah. The Americans need to focus on helping others, because you know what would happen? They'd quit watching some of them stories on YouTube, and they would start actually focusing on bringing a smile to somebody. Even a young person like you, True Hero, you can bring a smile to somebody's face and not spend barely any money or any money at all. You can do it without spending money, believe it or not. So try to think of little ways that you can make somebody else's life better. I am a Republican, but there's some bad Republicans. Okay? I don't believe, because I'm a born-again Christian, there's certain things that Rhino Republicans and most Democrats believe in that I don't believe in. I don't mind that them people are that way, but I don't want that pushed on my lifestyle. And of course, if they come to our church, I will talk to them. And if they want to be that way, that's fine. But I am not going to support some of the stuff that they support. But both sides have bad people, okay? But both sides have good people too. But I do vote Republican. I did vote Democrat many years ago, but I'm mostly Republican right now because they seem to protect the Christian people more than the Democrats would rather have anti-God everything, and that's not me. So I do have people that call me Dad. I've got 3 adults that do, and I got 1 9-year-old that I'm not the biological father, but I've been pouring into her for over 8 years. And she loves me to death. She's going to be turning 10. She's on my channel. You can look at some Divine Grace is her name. I've got some pictures under the posts. I've got a few short videos of her. And I'll be putting more of her on there soon. And I'm going to be visiting her hopefully later this year. I do everything through technology with her, yes. And I'm not saying there aren't Democrats that are Christian, but they need to kind of read their Bible, because some of the things Democrats support is not God. But that's just me. That's the way I think. But there's some Republicans that have some views that's not God either. So we got to pray for the nation of the United States, because, I voted for Trump. And the reason why is that he's protecting the Christians. So that's my main reason. Plus, he makes my investments go up. What do I think about? Oh, I have no problem with people that want to live that lifestyle. They want to live it. Just don't come to my house and expect me to be one. I'm not going to, I love all people. And this is the way God wants us to do it. We need to love all people, whether they're gay, whether they're trans, whether what, because they're still human beings. We're supposed to hate the sin, not the person. And by hate, I don't like using the word hate, because once you use the word hate, that means it's in your heart. I don't hate people. Like, I've met 3 or 4 lady boys here in the neighborhood. They're here. You just say hi, be blessed, and if they want to talk about God, we'll talk about God. Or we'll talk about whatever's going on in the neighborhood. And I have no problem with it. They're human beings like everybody else. But if all of a sudden they said, you want to come down to my house? No, I'd probably say no to that. But I might go and meet somebody that a friend of theirs or something that's out in the street or something. Yeah, no problem. Because that gives us a chance to talk about positive things. Yes, I try to stay very optimistic. Am I perfect? No. I woke up the other day in a bad mood, but I didn't go on live. I waited and I thought about things that are good in my life, and I started feeling a lot better. So, I do have those moments. So don't feel bad if you don't feel nice all the time. Yes. I like to help other people. I can't always do it financially. Right now, I can't do much. Next week, I'll be able to do something again. I'm kind of like laying low right now, but I can speak in kids' lives. The Bible I have right now, and I'll show it to you, is one that you probably haven't heard of, Jack Van Impe, because he died about 7 or 8 years ago. But he used to be on TV a lot for like 50 years. And I got a Jack Van Impe Prophecy Bible, which is a King James version, but it explains all of Revelation, and it explains all the different prophecies in the Bible. So it's really cool. So it's got extra sections in here that are not just the Bible. So it's really good. I like it because I can understand it more. So it's good. Yeah. So, but I would suggest, if you're younger, I would suggest a Bible, New King James Version would probably be the best for somebody young. For a kid, if if you're in the United States, you can get an NIV Bible. But the problem with that is it's kind of watered down. So I think the New King James, that way they take all the these and weird name words out, so it kind of reads a little better. But if you're my age, I like King James Version. I as long as I got a study guide in it, it works for me. I kind of like that. When I went to Africa in 2019, I gave away 2 Bibles. I gave away my study Bible to a man named Joshua. And I gave it away to him at like 6:30 in the morning in Malawi. And he said he could read English, so he was going to keep that Bible. I hope to this day he still has it. But I just felt led that he needed that Bible more than me, because they can't find them there. There's nowhere to buy them. They don't even have a place to go buy them, and even if they could, they wouldn't have the money to buy it. Here I can get Messiah Bibles, but the last time I went to Gasana Mall, I didn't see any English Bibles. I will look again and see if I can find an English one, but I need to get a Messiah one anyway, because that'll help me learn Messiah quicker by just trying to read Messiah and looking all them words up and finding out what they mean. So I love the chat today, because you guys are pushing on me a little bit, and you're making me, I love giving advice. I love, different views of things that are going on in the United States is fine too. Here in the Philippines, people don't focus on that. Yes, people have phones here, but a lot of people still focus on family, community, having fun. When they're off work, I hear people singing karaoke. I hear people laughing. I hear people being loud. And they don't have to have a holiday to be loud. And I'm kind of a loud person. I don't need to use a microphone. If I use a microphone, I'm going to blow you out of the room, because I'm kind of loud. Thank you for everybody coming in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're going to use this channel. I've already got some plans on feeding kids. We're going to expand it a little bit, do it a little differently than they were doing it in the past. And I've got a couple different places near here I want to check into. Plus, as the channel grows and gets more money coming in once we monetize and everything, we're going to use some money for Africa in Nairobi, Kenya, because I still have connections there, and I have some connections in Uganda. And I want to start helping there a little bit too. And then, of course, we're going to use a little bit for traveling. And then, of course, I'll use some for my tithe and different things at church. So that's kind of the way this channel is going to be busted up. And it'll help my daughter a little bit in Philippines too, I'm sure, somewhere down the road. Yes, King James is the best, but not for everybody. Like I said, people, first of all, I don't have vision problems. As long as I got glasses, I'm fine. So I can have fine print. But as people get older, they need to have giant print. And I think the New King James works for people that are new Christians. I think that works a little better. I've been a Christian now for 21, 22 years. I mean, really born again and changed my heart. Whereas before it was just like show up to church and then go home. That is not really quite what God had in mind. He wants you to go to church, but he wants you to be more than that. Yes, I may do a little bit in the United States, but since I'm living full-time in Philippines, I want to focus a lot of it here. But it is possible because of my Remitly app and different things that I could help some stuff in the United States too. As the channel gets bigger and bigger amounts of money come in, yes, there's a possibility of hooking up with a few charities in the United States. I am familiar with a few of them. I want it to be where the administrative cost is low as possible. I hate it when charities have 40% administration and very little bit of only 50% of the money ever gets to anybody. I know you have to have some administration, but they should keep that down to 10 or 15%, or else I'm not going to donate to it. I always go on Google and check them out. And I will check them out here too. If they're using too much for the wrong thing, then I may have to go somewhere else with the money. So we'll keep it in the fund. And when I want to feed kids or something, we can just get the money out, go buy the stuff, and within days we can make it happen as soon as we get everything planned out. That's why I'm trying to do some of this planning ahead of time, so that we can be really awesome that way. Oh, cool. That's really cool. All of me services. I will definitely put that up on Google. That is really awesome. I will definitely want to look that up. Oh, that's fine. Isaiah, you use the Bible you love, okay? It's all good. As long as you love Jesus, it's all great. And the one nice thing about Baptist people, very good about missions. And I just wanted to see if I get your first name right. Dakian Johnson. That's cool. That's a really cool name. I like that. I got kind of a basic name, but David's in the Bible, so I'll take it. Yes, I appreciate all the new people come in today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we are moving. I'm going to tell you some of the celebration stuff today. We have moved past, we're probably getting close to 205 on subs. Tomorrow will be 5 weeks. I've really only been doing lives for a little over 2 weeks. And I've been putting all kinds of Filipino videos, and my daughter, which is in the Philippines too. There's maybe only 2 videos that were back in the United States before I came here in August. Most of them are all from Philippines. But I do love the United States. I was there for 64 years before I moved here. So I'm not against the United States. I just wish there was a few things that would calm down over there that I think people need to focus on sharing and caring about others, and their heart would be a lot happier. And then they would forget about all the noise that the politicians and the reporters are trying to push down your throats. You need to kind of focus more on some of that. Okay, thank you. That's how you pronounce it. Okay, absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And I will definitely look up all of me services. All of me services. Wow. Yes, I definitely will look that up. Yes, there's a possibility of helping organizations in the United States because I'm going to be doing this channel as long as YouTube allows us to do a channel. Well, now that I'm building it, and once I get monetized, we're going to keep working it. Now, I may work it differently than I work it now, but I'm going to work it. And so that way we keep all these connections, keep all these people going. And so that way we can help people. Because the last thing I want to do is build it, get the money coming in for a year, then neglect it, and then the money goes way down, and we don't have anything to help people with. I'm going to have to keep doing what it took to get there. I'm going to have to keep doing it, but I may get a couple helpers here in the Philippines to help me with it. So that way I can do some of my outreach, and I can have some young person that I'm paying to maybe take a couple videos for me at the outreach so that I can help and not have to take video and things like that. So I will be able to get helpers in the future that will help me keep the channel pushing forward. Right now, it's just pretty much me. My wife is busy doing other things, and she don't really understand the YouTube channel thing, but yeah, she'd love to see money from it. So, and she will see some, but a lot of this money is going to go to help others, not me and my wife. But there will be a little bit that will go in there for costs and different things, especially for traveling for outreach. So definitely keep a little bit of that aside. But otherwise, it's going to be for Tide, and it's going to be for helping other people. And I'm looking forward to it. And some of our wins we're past 200 subs. I think we're around 203, 205, somewhere in there. I don't know exactly right now. It was 203 before I started the live. And we are over 30,000 views on my videos. And we're racking up some watch hours on that. Of course, watch hours on the lives are really good because everybody that comes in here and listens or puts it in the background, that all counts towards watch hours for me. Because the YouTube has changed the rules. In 2026, they've made it easier to partially monetize. So it's really cool. Yes, what we got here. It's hard to read, but it's not really hard. The main thing is most people that complain about it being hard to read are people who really aren't reading it. But second of all, if you are young, it is better to do not the NIV, but the New King James, because they take some of them old words out. And it just makes younger people be able to understand it a tad bit better. And it really doesn't hurt the translation. NIV, they hurt the translation. There's definitely areas where the translation is too watered down. So NIV is only good if you're like in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, that maybe 8th grade. That's really good for those. It's good for kids to have NIV. But if you get older and you got any kind of reading skill at all, and of course people can use Kindle, they can use their tablet, they can use their phone. You can look anything up, but I still like old-fashioned reading a little bit. So yes, there's always going to be people that hate. I've only had 1 or 2 trolls out of all my lives because I try to keep things so positive. Sometimes I misunderstand it. I had somebody in last night, and I thought he was being, against me or something, but he really wasn't. He just wasn't spelling the English very good, and so I kept him in the room. It was just my fault that I was misreading what he was saying. But we try to keep it positive. If somebody has a negative problem, we'll try to find a solution. It's okay. If we're finding solutions, you can come in here with any kind of problem you have, and we'll try to find a solution. And I'll try to give advice when I can. Yeah, that's good. Isaiah, that's fantastic. And I wish I had read the Bible more when I was young. I did good in my work life. I had good parents. I had a decent family. They were definitely not Christian. My sister is born again now, and I am. My brother Rob, sad to say, I don't know for sure, of course, but he died instantly in a car accident a little over a year ago in a snowstorm. He was coming back from a bowling league, which he shouldn't even have went to in a snowstorm. But in Michigan, people just drive no matter what. And he was going too fast. And there was a semi in the road. And that was the end of that. He was 54 years old. And I don't think he knew God, at least not born again, when he died. So I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe my sister had a chance to talk to him. I don't know, but or somebody else did. But but my other brother is still alive. He's 62, and my sister is 53, and she is a Christian, and she's born again, and she goes to a nice church somewhere just around Grand Rapids, somewhere in Michigan. Yeah. So, and she's doing quite well. And I just didn't have time for God until I was 40 years. When I met Mila in my early 40s, that's when things started to change because she demanded to be at a more active church, a church that was not dead, and wanted to be volunteering and doing all the things for God that we're supposed to do, but not out of the law, but because just to help other people and it feels good to help. I love helping people. So, but yeah, it's fantastic. The new people we have in here. You're welcome to. We were up to 7 likes, which ain't bad considering I had no notifications for this live. I had to wait for the rain to die down, and the rain is just barely a sprinkle now. So maybe it's going to stay calm for a while and no heavy rain. We got a metal roof, so it makes a lot of noise when it really rains hard. But we're comfy. We got a little 3-bedroom house here, and my wife has had this house for over 30 years. So now it's finally getting used. Yeah, I hope he was saved. And there's always that possibility. I have heard stories of people that, people in the hospital that maybe their heart stops. And they take like 20, 30 minutes to get their heart going again or whatever. And they say that they've seen people in heaven that they thought were never going to be there. So, it's possible. They've had visions and different things. So I've never had one of those visions yet. I'm still in my physical mortal body, and I have not had one of those near-death experiences. But my dad is 87. He has diabetes, and I have diabetes, but I don't have it very bad. But I do take a little bit of insulin, but no other medicine, just vitamins, my food, and a little bit of insulin twice a day. And he's 87, and he's diabetic, and he's still here. And he turns 88 in September. My mom passed away 5 years ago. Right now, I'm Assembly of God. But when I was in Springfield, Missouri, I was with Eagle Heights Worship Center, and they're non-denominational. So they're not hooked to any denomination. They believe in Jesus. And that little church in Springfield, Missouri has got 80 churches in Africa. And they sent us to Africa in 2019, 4 of us. And we went to places that no Americans had ever been. No Americans had ever been to the slums of Nairobi. And we were the first ones in 2019 to go into the slum of Nairobi and minister to schools and orphanages there. And very first ones. So all them hundreds of years that Americans could have walked down into the slums of Nairobi, and we were the first ones to do it just 7 years ago, 6.5 years ago. So I was part of that team. I was there. I was a lot heavier then. I'm lighter now. I know in the camera it makes me look really big, but actually I'm 6'3", so I am very tall. But I'm about 250 some pounds, which would be about 113 kilos. I used to be way over 135 kilo back about 5 years ago. So much lighter now than I was. And I'm trying to drop another 5 kilo, maybe get down to about 108, and which would be about 245. 245 would be pretty good for me. But yes, I am right now Assembly of God. And Assembly of God in Philippines is like non-denominational in America. It's very Pentecostal here. They believe in the Holy Spirit and everything else. And that doesn't mean that the other denominations are bad. I wish that the churches that I was in would give to missions like Baptists do. Baptists give to missions way more than any other denomination in the whole world. So I love churches that give to missions because that means helping others. And that's what this channel is about. It's going to be about helping others. We're going to answer people's questions. We're going to give advice too, because I've been around the earth a long time. So I do have some advice I can give. I just gave advice to a child that's like 12 years old, 10, well, maybe he's 10 or 11 years old last night. Loves my channel, and he's being bullied at school. And I was bullied all the time when I was young. So I gave him some advice, things other than fighting back. I know some different tips that will normally work. And so we're trying that. We'll see how it goes. we'll see how God uses that. And if it can't do that, then I've got a few other tips that will work. So it's really the way you approach things when you're at school that helps that. And you just, because I look back on it now and there's things I could have done to have made that much easier on myself. So I think some of the bullying was my fault because I enabled it. And I think I kind of almost liked it. So, but later on, it hurt me quite a bit. But yeah, things are going great. This shirt, the story about this shirt, I got this shirt in 2010. What happened was I was going to Primerica Financial Services, which is a networking company. I still have investments with them, and some life insurance. But they brought in a young lady that was 17 years old. Yes, I do believe in the rapture. That's just a definite yes. It's in 1 Thessalonians. I believe that's the way it's going to happen. Now, you can argue if it's before, middle, late tribulation. I believe that God would not have us stay for the whole tribulation. I just don't believe that. But, we're just going to have to wait and see. I do believe in the rapture. That's the way it's going to happen. And if we're not ready, we're going to be left behind because he makes it sound like it's going to be pretty quick. It's maybe not the speed of light, but this is going to be pretty quick. You ain't going to have a chance to to accept Jesus in your heart unless you're bullet quick, because it sounds like the way the rapture is described in 1 Thessalonians, it's coming. When it comes, it's going to be, and only the Father knows. So yeah. Diddy, I don't know exactly what that is on Diddy. But this shirt, Ashley was her name, and at that time her cancer was in remission. So I hooked up with her in 2010. Back then all you could do was text or call. You couldn't get on the internet unless you had a BlackBerry, and I didn't have a BlackBerry. I just had one of them portable little Nokia phones or Motorola. And so I kept texting her, and her cancer came back. And in probably the beginning of early 2012, at 19 years old, she died of cancer. And at that time, it really hit me that I have to do something with my life to make change, to help other people. And so I've been helping other people since then. So I'd say for the last 14 years, I've been helping people. Not all the time, just when I can, and be consistent about it. And it's changed my heart completely because I'm way happier now than I ever was 20 years ago. So God changed my heart and things started coming together, and God can use me now. And I keep this shirt because Ashley's been gone a long time, but it's yes, I would like it to be before the tribulation. Supposedly the first couple years of the tribulation, the first 3.5 years are supposed to be not as bad as the rest. So yes, I think the way the Bible reads, I think it is before trib. But of course, you got people that'll argue me to death on that. So we'll just agree on that because that would be the best. I'd love to be with Jesus before all the other stuff comes down. And then, of course, he'll rule on the earth for 1,000 years shortly thereafter. But yeah, one thing, I'm learning more about the Bible because I had been in my Bible off and on, but then I had somebody in December really push me to get back in my Bible. So I've really been doing a lot more reading in my Bible and getting into it more again. And so I like to pull out verses once in a while, and we'll probably do that in the next live. Today it's just answering people's questions in the comments, telling us our little wins. Considering the channel's not even quite 5 weeks old yet. We've got almost 31,000 views right now. I haven't even checked the last couple hours. And we got well over 200, and we're working towards 300 now. And We got to get to 500 subs, but we got to get the watch hours. So I'm kind of working on the watch hours too. People seem to love my videos, so check out the videos, like and subscribe. And I'm telling you, subscribing to mine, you're going to get fresh videos every day. Even if it's just 1 or 2 videos, it's either going to be video of me, it's going to be video of the ocean, it's going to be video of nature, or it's going to be video of some kind of food or something else in Philippines. Okay, you get off. That's fine. My phone's getting kind of ready to die too, but thank you for coming in. I'll remember all of me services. I will definitely check that out. And you just have a blessed day. And I'm going to be leaving here probably in about 10 minutes. But I got a couple more things I'm going to talk about. Yep, it's just awesome to have you in here. And I'm glad that people are checking it out. I'm getting all new people all the time. I love it. I have certain people that support my channel a lot, and they were in a little bit last night. I think during the day they're busy with work or whatever in Philippines, but I've been getting people from all over the world. Right now I don't get UK too much, but if I could do a morning one, they can pop in, or they can pop in tonight. Yeah. I know rapture's not in the Bible, but 1 Thessalonians makes it pretty clear that something similar to rapture happens, okay? They don't use that word, so technically, yes, it's not there, but people like to use that word. There's definitely different words you can use, but it's suddenly it's going to happen, yeah. Hey, how you doing? Fantastic. Nice to see you. Lovely to have you in here, King. It's just awesome. Oh, you're from Nevada. Awesome. I have been to Las Vegas back in the 90s, probably 5 or 6 years in a row in December. And I have drove a little bit around Nevada, but I've not been to some of the other areas up north. My mom and dad have been to Lake Tahoe and some of that. But Nevada's a nice state. I really love it in December because in Vegas it would be like 65, 70 degrees. And wintertime in Michigan is not 65 or 70 degrees, I'm telling you right now. So, and in the Philippines, I love it. I love warm weather. So today, right now, because of the rain, it's only like 79 degrees, which is about 26, 27 Celsius. Normal days when it's sunny gets up to about 31 Celsius. In Manila, it gets way hotter because there's so much concrete. Here, there's a lot of nature. We're close to the ocean, so it keeps it a little cooler. So we're kind of like perfect temperatures most days here. Hey, I'm doing really good. Fantastic. What do we got here? We got, the Philippine-American couples in. Hey, welcome on in. Just having a live. We've been talking about some of the wins that we got going on. We're also talking about helping others. And also, we've been talking about the Bible, different versions of the Bible. And I've given advice to some people today. There's been some people with questions about work and some different things. So it's been really an interesting one today. It's kind of just free flowing, going with the flow of things. And I think that's kind of what happens in your channel over at the Philippine American couple one. I really like that channel. I start to pop in there more and more. Yes, I believe in the Trinity. That's in the Bible. So I believe in the Father, the Holy Ghost, and the Son. So yes, I believe in that. And yeah, I'm having a fun time. My face don't look like it today. Yeah, and he can relate with me as older people. Sometimes yesterday my face looked fantastic last night on live, and today it looks like I'm 75. I don't know what I did to my face, but maybe it's because it's cloudy outside and I don't have the light on in here. But thanks you for liking and subscribing. We're just doing really well. In just less than 5 weeks, this channel is just taking off. And now I've got the kids in the neighborhood. They're all on their phones. And guess what? I'm giving them advice and they say, "What's your channel?" And then when they find out I got a channel, it's like, "Oh, I'm subscribing. So now I've got all the teenagers and high schoolers and things like that around here subscribing. So if that happens, oh man, they'll start taking off in a hurry. But of course, they may not interact as much. But I had Ethan down the street. He was in here a little earlier, and so the kids can be in here too because I keep it clean. I rarely ever swear, and if I did, I would never do it in here, as much as I would try not to. So that's one of those things where you just have to have a filter. Yep, I like to have some fun time with it. Yes, I'm glad that I didn't ever think I could do this. Not personality wise, I just had reservations about it, and then all of a sudden, I had the right person come along in December say, "You can do this," and as long as you're going to help others, there's people that are going to want to get behind that. So just go do it. Make sure that you keep the promises you said, and that you go prove that you're going to help others. Once it's going to be a ways before we monetize, but things have taken off. Even when I had all the Wi-Fi problems the last 5 days and power problems, now all that's fixed, and my channel was still growing. So there was other people out there pushing it while I couldn't even be online. So I'm very thankful. God's in it, and and there's been a lot of people that have been helping. And I try to help other channels too. I think that's why it works too, is I try, when I'm not live, I try to go around and check out some other people's videos and try to leave a comment or a like. And it just helps the whole rhythm of everybody's channel kind of elevate. At least that's the way I think it works. It may not, but it still sounds good to me. And I just thankful for all the people that came in today. We had Africa in here. I know we had America in here. We had some Arizona and Nevada today. First time that I've had anybody from Arizona or Nevada, at least put it in the comments anyway. Yeah, I know that. I know that, but there's people that are going to ask. So I'll say I know I believe in it. But some people will ask, because they're not educated. They don't know all the stuff about Christianity, and they may be from a denomination where they don't believe in that. And so you just, if you're born again, you got to believe in the Trinity, or else I don't see how it would come together. But I'm not a theologian. So any opinions I give are not because I'm a pastor. I am not a pastor. But I have been in leadership of churches as far as on a board and doing a lot of servant work, like volunteering and things of that nature. So, and I love people asking questions. And if I don't know the answer, I will look it up. I promise. There's some things with Revelation that I still don't understand. I think there's a lot of pastors that don't understand Revelation. It's pretty earth-shaking. I've got a Bible that explains all of it. So I'm going to try to read through that here and see if some of that explanation will make it a little clearer to me. But some of it, some of the symbolism in Revelation is really rough on me. But I love this channel. I love free flowing it. Especially today has been a free flow day. I love it. Yeah, that's true. I try to give opinions. I try to keep it positive if I can. I had a question today from a young man, true hero. He's not in here right now. He had to leave, but he was asking me some advice because he's young. He's around 20 years old, about job market and some of the tips of what I would do if I was 20 again. And I thought that was really cool because a lot of people won't ask those questions. And so I told him he needs to get a small network, even if it's just 3 or 4 people that are working jobs right now. Get a network. And so that way somebody, if it's a job he may want, they can get a word in for him and maybe get him a preliminary interview without having to go through all this AI application stuff, because the AI stuff, they're not reading any of those. And people are trying to apply 300 different jobs, and they're not going to get any of them because they just don't know anybody that works there. So he needs to find people that are working somewhere and they're a decent worker so that the employer will actually give somebody else a chance to get in. I think that's really the way to do it these days with all this automated online stuff. So I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. Back in my day, I had a network. I had 3 or 4 people. I had a person working at GM. I could have worked there. I chose not to. I probably stupidly didn't. I love being outside, so I guess it was the right choice. But I decided to work on golf courses and then build golf courses and be outside. I'm not a cubicle guy. That's why this feels strange. Even though I'm doing it, it feels like I'm sitting in a cubicle when I'm doing live. But when it came to working, I did not like being boxed into a small area to work. So it was just the way I did it. It probably made me less money, but I was happier, and I got through it pretty good. And I really love everybody that's in here. Thank you so much for everybody that's been supporting my channel. It's been awesome. I'm going to go and visit some other channels here in a few minutes. I'll just go over everything again for anybody that might be new, because sometimes YouTube says there's only 1 or 2 people in here, and there's way more. So there could be somebody in the background that's hearing this for the first time. We're going to help people with this. We're going to help people around Philippines. We may help people in the United States or Africa too, depending how big the channel gets. Yes, I will move around. I am going to do one outside. I can only go so far though, because my American plan, I can only go as far as the Wi-Fi. So I can go down the street a little ways, but that's about as far as I can go. And then my Wi-Fi is out. So, but yes, I can take it outside, but it's rainy today and it's stopped now. So I will take it out of the spare bedroom. I did the other day go out into the street. I'm gonna change that up, and yeah, so it'll be good. And what do we have here? Oh yes, we support Israel. I have for a long time. We give little bits here and there. We'll probably do. We do some of that out of our own money. We try to do that online now to support Israel, and we try to support Israel on our prayers too. And we in America it was easier to do, but here we can do it. We just have to use Google and different stuff, because our Wi-Fi works great in America from here. We can call people in America. We can text people in America. My wife can do her Facebook all over the place. This Wi-Fi is really fast here. They got better Wi-Fi in Philippines now. It's like 10 times better, way better now than it was 8 years ago. So it's fantastic now. It's just a matter of every once in a while it's not working. But I'd say 80, probably 90 some percent of the time it works fine. So, and those other times God needs to lift the channel, and then when I'm back again, I can work it. So everybody have a great day. Thank you for all the new visitors that have been in. Thank you for the different countries that have been here. We got up to 9 likes. Ain't bad for a live that was not even scheduled. So everybody have a great day, and I'm going to talk to you soon. I love you all. Who else is at the end here? Oh, Tina, nice to have you in here. How you doing? And yeah, yes, God's not done with Israel. No, not. He's not at all. So, and if you bless Israel, it's in the Bible. You bless Israel, blessings will come your way. You know, and it's one of those things where I don't see skin color. I know I look white, and everybody's going to say, "Oh, he's a racist." No, I'm not. I've been around just, I think I probably have run into at least 50 different countries of nationalities in my life. And I look at the eyes and I look at the heart. I don't look at your skin color. I've been telling the kids here, I've had some of the Filipino kids going, "I'm too dark. Their skin's too dark." I said, no, there's people around the world that would die to have your skin color. They would love to have dark skin. I got very white skin, and I'm a skin cancer survivor. It's not melanoma, but I've had the other ones. Sometime I'll go through that journey with you. But I've had lots of skin cancer because of my white skin. And that was working in Michigan and Missouri. So you would think that being in the Philippines is not going to be good for my skin if I don't protect myself, and I will. But, you know, their skin is fairly well protected, especially if you're darker brown. It's going to really protect you. And I'm telling these kids, you don't want to change your skin. God did not make a mistake. God loves you. And I don't care what height you are, I will always care about you. And they just about can't believe it, because how they're only 8, 9 years old, you know. Oh yeah, you're 17. That's awesome. Beautiful age. I was 17 way back in 1978 and 79. So a long time. I graduated from high school in May of 79. I was 17. I looked a lot different then. I was a lot skinnier. Same height though, 6'3". So I've only lost a ½ inch, and I'm 64. So I drink a lot of water. So my back is not compressed down much at all. So I'm very thankful that way. I've only lost a ½ inch in 50 some years. I have a couple friends of mine that in Springfield, Missouri, that one guy is 6'5.5" when he was a teenager in early 20s. Now he's only 6'2" something. He's the same height as me because his back is compressed down so much. So you just never know on people's genetics and how it works. So I love all you guys. Thank you for coming in. By the way, Isaiah, I love having you in here. Tina, some of the other channels that I go to, thank you for stopping in. And I'm just about ready to leave. That's why I'm moving the phone a little bit. But please come back and visit again. And I will be doing a couple morning lives, especially if I don't lose power tomorrow morning. I might do a live. And I'll definitely do lives either in the afternoon or the evening. So you just have a beautiful, beautiful day. Tina, I will try to find your channel and subscribe to it when I get off. And same with you, Isaiah. Or I'll see you in the subscribe thing and on my main channel thing, on my analytics, and I'll be able to subscribe back to you there. So I love you guys. For sure, if you put a comment on some of my videos, I can resubscribe to you really easy there too. So love you guys. You have a beautiful day, and we'll talk real soon. I love you all. All right.